let's take an impromptu trip to Coach's Corner then, because
Thank
so
you,
Angie,
too.
we do this thing here. I like to hit Tori at the end of the podcast, usually with
Oh,
a trip to Coach's Corner where we talk
Yeah.
about something, a little technical. But that one right there, we're gonna talk about it right now. Okay, how do you train or teach someone to keep their head still at contact consistently?
I'm going to defer to Angie first and see what Fred did for her. Then I'm going to tell you what I do. What did Fred do with you?
well, for us, everything was consequence based.
Right.
So my
My
dad,
man.
the fear of God was first, and
My
then we're
man,
like,
Fred.
don't move that head. So
Yeah.
yeah, no, my dad, what he did, we started off with just a lot of drop feeds, and he had us like watch ourselves literally hit the ball. And what's crazy, I can't actually see myself ever hit the ball, but my eyes are directed where I want to make contact, and that's just where I stop. And he's like, from there, don't move. Like, just try he like, watch the ball hit your string, watch it hit your string. I'm trying to, but I personally don't see it.
Right.
And I've been young, but that was his go-to. I'm like, I'm just going to follow directions, period. Because I don't want to run.
Right. Hey,
If it works.
negative reinforcement.
If it works.
I'm trying to tell you, it takes a little bit of crazy sometimes. Seal said it best,
Hey,
a little bit crazy. One of my favorites, and I picked it up from a coach we were doing high performance training, and I thought it was a hokey tip when I first heard about it, and I started doing it all the time. You remember Sco had had some braids back in the day, so he's always real particular about the braids. You know what I mean? So I would always have my hat, right? Of course, my hat was sweaty and everything else, so I would grab a hat. Maybe I had it in my bag. I would punch the inside of it, and I would put that hat just like this this is a fitted hat, same. And I would put that hat right there on the top of Sco's head.
For those who are listening and not watching, Tori is actually taking a hat and putting it on like almost rally cap style, upside down.
Rally cap style, inside out, pushed down. And because he had the braids on, as you can appreciate, it wasn't a good fit. But it wasn't like he's pulling it down. It was barely on the top. This is too easy because it would stay on. If you had on the top hat, the old real almost real thin Nike hats back in the day that had you could kind of go inside out, ones that wash real well. He had that hat on the inside out, lid forward, it's a rally cap style, and he would have to go through alley drill, drop feed out of the air, didn't matter. If the hat came off, we did it again, another 5 times, every single time. And it got to the point where he would literally keep his head so still that it wouldn't matter. It was just, and I felt like with one reason why the ball's so big and so clean because everything stayed still on that axis. And I thought it was always something that I didn't ever want him to have a ball ironically on his backhand side. He did anyway. I mean, I didn't have to teach that. You know what I mean? It was mainly on the forehand side. And I find each of us has a side that we're just natural, a little more natural on, whatever side it may be. It's the other side we have to really get up to speed. And that's what I felt like the hat tip was a great one to really just keep and as you said, keep your eye focused on something instead of looking away.
yeah.
He told me one time, he says, I like some of your tips. He says, I don't know if it was a little bit of jab. He said, I don't know if it's the tip or what it gets me thinking about that I like. He says, but I like it. And I always thought that was I said, hey, either way, I'm getting you to do what I need you to do, right? So, but there's your coach's corner out.
Yeah.
Put a hat on your head. Put something that you don't think that's easy to move, and you don't realize how much you will turn your head right before, just eager to watch and see where it goes.
Right. Yeah.
Right. You just have to keep it still and just trust and watch that contact point as best you can.
So